Hi, I'm Joshua Guthrie, and this this is Star Trek Online. Hi guys, it's another video from Joshua Guthrie about Star Trek Online, and today, I don't know if you've already seen my temporal science build. I just recorded that, and I'm going to show you my heavy escort carrier build now. I'm pretty proud of this one. It's kind of my main ship, my #1 ship that I fly. I've put all my best weapons, best consoles, stuff like that on here. So it's a heavy escort carrier, so it can launch fighters. But it doesn't have as high as a turn rate as much as like a Mobius would, or advanced escort, or especially a fleet tactical escort retrofit. Those have pretty high turn rates. This does not. It has, I think, a base turn rate of 12 or 13, I want to say. But this one, I'm pretty proud of, because I can do some. I'm in the process of mapping some DPS, but I think I can do pretty decent damage with this. So like I said, I put all my best stuff on it, and as you can see, I have a advanced fleet photon torpedo launcher. So that's damage times 3 by itself, plus an accuracy bonus, and then 3 advanced fleet dual heavy cannons, 1 with accuracy and 2 with additional critical severity. So those by itself do 570, and then once you add weapons power, that's 1500 damage, or 1000 DPS. So we're talking, this is a pretty heavy hitter. Except for, you might get more damage if you add more anti-proton manipulators. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, so all advanced fleet, 4 weapons. So I want to maximize my 4 DPS, of course, as it's an escort. But I also have a full set of Mako Mark 12. So I've got the resilient shield array, the the impulse engines, and the graviton deflector. Then behind the aft weapons, 2 anti-proton turrets from pre-season 7. So they're anti-Borg, and then a kinetic cutting beam from the new reputation system. This is pretty nice. That combined, it's the new Omega adapted Borg technology. The only one I don't have is the Omega plasma torpedo launcher, and I'm not really planning on getting that because I don't have a plasma build, at least not a plasma torpedo build. I go anti-proton or whatever I have, but I think most of them are anti-proton. I think one of them is phaser, but I don't really do any plasma. I don't really like it because I like high DPS but low. I don't really like the well, I like it, but I don't want it as my main torpedo as a plasma. Like that initial damage. But the kinetic cutting beam's 360-degree targeting arc, so it works like a turret. But if you look, 138.6 or 378 kinetic damage. So I don't know if it goes through shields, but you know, kinetic damage is a torpedo, and torpedoes hit against shields. I don't know how that factors in, but this is pretty awesome. It targets like a beam, but it's 360-degree target, 360-degree arc, and you know, pretty decent damage for that size. So then once you add weapons power to that, nearly 1000 damage. So nearly as much as our forward cannons. And of course that's only 373. So I'm probably gonna swap out engine battery for something else But for right now, I'm going to keep the engine battery and weapons battery. Excuse me. A purple Mark 11 ablative hull armor. So that gives me additional damage of Phaser, Disruptor, Plasma, Tetrion, a rare Mark 11 Neutronium, so 17.5 additional for everything, and the kinetic. Of course, the assimilated module, so additional critical severity, weapons power, hull repair, and graviton generators. And that's part of the assimilated module set. Sorry, the Omega Adapted Borg Technology, I think it's called. But the really nice thing is about having that and the cutting beam is this Omega Weapon Amplifier. So 2.5% chance to self applies Omega Weapon Amplifier. So it'll, like 500 current weapon power, it'll boost your weapon's power a huge amount. You'll see your DPS go way up. Of course, I have a biofunction monitor, so 37.5 additional crew recovery, and you know it's only 200 crew, but you know, the more crew you have, able-bodied crew, the faster you'll repair your hull, etc., etc. A field generator, increased shield capacity. So I'm at 9,852 per side. If you did notice on my temporal science build, the shields were at 13, about halfway between 13 and 14,000 capacity, and that had no field generator. So that was really nice. I know some other people that would put two field generators on the temporal science, like the Doctor would, if you've seen his. They're really good videos. But he put two of those, and I forget how many shields he had, but this doesn't have as high as a shield modifier, so you know that's explainable. So on to tactical. Anti-proton mag regulators, 3 of them, 2 of them Mark 11, 1 Mark 12, photon detonation assembly. If I go into PvP where there's I'll stay with this build, but if I see there's a lot of carriers, I might put my photon point defense system on, so that will increase that damage. I'll lose 26.2% anti-proton damage overall, but I might be able to take out some fighters before I go down if I have to. Then I really like these, at least until we can get some of the elite fleet hangar pets, which we aren't far from. So the elite Scorpion fighters comes from tier 5 Romulan reputation. So you had to be tier 5, but it's a plasma turret, dual plasma cannons plus plasma torpedoes, and a high yield torpedo 1. So these are launching high yield torpedoes. So these are, you know, targetable torpedoes, but they're still pretty powerful with massive plasma fire effect. So it's pretty nice, and of course I only have one hangar bay, so I can only launch 6 at a time. But this is I think this is a pretty good build. If you think you can do better, post a replacement for a console or a weapon in the comments. And let's get moving and see what we can let's see if we can get some of these stats to come up. Alright, so bonus defense of 70% once you're at full throttle. 44,000 hull, if you saw my other video. I guessed about 44,000 hull. Now I guessed right. Hull repair rate 193.7% minute. So we're not. That's at full capacity of crew. Again, you know, 9,000 almost 10,000 hull. Sorry, 10,000 shields. So 34.1% increase of the phaser through Tetrion. With the blade of hull armor plus the neutronium, it increases everything. Bonus accuracy, and thanks to our assimilated module and me being a tactical officer, we've got additional critical severity, critical chance. I'm gonna go over those. So turn rate is 28.2 degrees per second. That's pretty good. I forget what my tactical escort build. I forget how high that was. It's pretty high. Like the fleet tactical escort retrofit, those probably have the smallest, the biggest turn rate. The only thing I could think of that might have something bigger would be a Mobius, or just a regular escort that has really high turn rate. So onto abilities. So I'm gonna launch some fighters, just so you can see. But I like escort intercept mode. On a little bit off topic, but I think it's pretty relative to the video. I like intercept mode a lot because they'll not only attack whatever target I'm facing, whereas attack mode they'll just go at it, whatever they have access to. Intercept, they'll target boarding parties and targetable torpedoes and other fighters first, so I don't have to worry about them. I can worry about the other players or those NPCs, the enemy that I'm facing. So that's pretty nice, but they'll still target once those threats are out of the area. They'll go back to their main target. So I like that over attack, especially in STFs like Infected Ground Elite. No, sorry, Infected Space Elite. ISE. I was in one, and somebody left their dual hangar bays, both of them with advanced Parangu fighters swimming, and they went over to the right side generators, and they started blowing up those. So we lost optional a second time because his fighters went runaway. So that's another reason why I like intercept, and if I keep them close to me, I can put them into recall mode a little bit faster. Alright, so on to abilities here. So standard tactical abilities. There's my heavy graviton beam. It'll do 1900 damage, plus 953 repel. That's pretty nice. Alright, so the way I have my bridge officer set up, and I'll show you a little bit in a minute, a little bit more of that in a minute, but this, I have it set up in such a way that I can swap out this guy and this guy depending on what I want my ship to function as. So this is focused on my escort right here. So for DPS, I have another turret. So high yield, cannon rapid fire, and tactical team. So, and then those two there. But the cool thing about this is if I wanted to do something like Khitomer Accords, and there's a lot of I wanted to mine the path between the time vortex and the gateway, I can switch over to quantum mines and switch out bridge officers. I still have those two abilities, and those two abilities are still there, but instead of attack pattern omega, which they get you the speed and the damage and the turn rate increase, it deploys more mines, and I can deploy, I think, 16 mines. Let's see. Yeah, it deploys, 14 level 60 mines. So, in case you didn't know what that did, it deploys them out in this pattern. So it's kind of a net. And the probes, if you align them just right, they'll probes will fly right through that, and all the mines will come at them. So if I wanted to, I could quickly transfer between a part mine layer, part escort, to completely escort. So I really like that part about this too. About that part of my build. Go ahead and switch back over. So just my tactical abilities. If you saw my other build of the science vessel, it would be worth looking at too. But you'll see my third bridge officer there, torpedo spread 1. You'll notice him from my temporal science. Engineering team, emergency power to shields, engineering team 2. Yeah, they just blew up. And eject warp plasma. And then tractor beam and hazard emitters. That's a must-have in case you don't have that. Hazard emitters is a must-have, especially when fighting Borg, or pretty much anybody that uses plasma torpedoes. If you get hit with multiple, you'll probably need, or even if you're running through, if you get caught in a eject warp plasma, then you'll definitely need that to get out, because you're trapped. It takes out your impulse speed. Yeah. Let's see. No. Want the ability? There we go. Alright, so it takes down your impulse speed, puts damage minus turn rate, so you're trapped in that. You need to be able to get out. Hazard emitters will do that. So it's a must-have, along with engineering team, and pretty much what counter-rapid fire is to an escort needed. So you've seen pretty much all of my build here. I like it a lot. If you have any other ideas that might work better, feel free to leave a comment. If you like it, please let everybody know in the comments. Any positive feedback is appreciated. Please comment, and like I just said, subscribe and watch more videos. I'm starting a whole series worth of Star Trek Online videos. If you're a big part of the game, which I'm growing into the game a little bit more. If you really like the game, pay attention. There's a lot of cool stuff, especially New Romulus. I'll be including some more videos here soon about that adventure zone. There's a whole lot of places that you can go and just explore, climb on a bunch of rocks, throw cryo grenades at people. They have no idea where you're coming from, stuff like that. It's pretty fun. So stay tuned for more videos. Like I just said, there's lots more videos on the way. Everything from ship builds to how to show Mako armor. I hope you like videos. Also post on my channel, if you would like, also at the playlist of Star Trek Online videos. There's a whole list of them. If you can comment there, that would be really good, because it would post over all of them. Again, thank you for watching.